The problem is we have talked in the past about what is brain death, but the disturbing part is, I bet you didn't know that they created the definition of brain death simply to kickstart their organ peddling money train.
So far as I'm a pediatrician, and when I first started to practice, when a baby was born prematurely and had trouble with breathing, we would go see the baby only to come back in the next day or so and pronounce the baby dead. There were no treatments for sick babies. In fact, insurance companies did not pay for sick babies. The way that healthcare was paid for the baby was it was attached to the mother's bill for that newborn baby. And so when we began, because it'd be less than 3 pounds and 4 ounces, trouble with breathing, it was 100% mortality. That's why I started. And larger than that, if they had trouble breathing, they died. We had no treatment.
Right.
And so I went to the administrator of the hospital at Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital and said, "Sister, these babies die and we aren't doing anything. I would like to start a nursery, especially for sick babies." And she asked the question like you would expect, well, who's going to pay? And then I had to look into it as to who was going to pay. And I tried to get help from the federal government, and they wouldn't pay, not from the state government, not from the city government. So I went back to Sister and I said, "Sister, we have a children's hospital. We do things for all other ages of children, and we're not doing anything for newborns." So she said, "All right." So the first year I got 30 babies referred to me. By the time I left there, about 20 years later, I was getting more than 600 babies from more than 50 hospitals. Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital was really one of the first nursery for babies. When we started, we had no way to breathe for a baby. If they had trouble with breathing, they died. And I started in 1963, and it was probably 1970 till we made some significant advance. And the significant advance had to do with one phase of the ventilator.
Visit FaithNFreedomTV and download the Faith and Freedom TV app today.